Hey friends, it's Becky back here with Bountifully Blessed. I hope you've had a wonderful day. It has been absolutely gorgeous here. We've had some crazy weather, and we went from it being extremely hot July, and August is usually our hot month, and it ended up actually being quite a cool month, which was very weird, up until a couple weeks ago when we started just spiking back into the hundreds. And my tomatoes have really suffered, and so has my peppers have actually suffered quite a bit. And then when it cooled down at the very beginning of August, up until a couple weeks ago, it was really cool because my tomatoes, actually a lot of my cherry tomatoes that I have, my chocolate cherry tomatoes, they were stunted. They were staying really, really teeny tiny. And what was really interesting about that is the heat was stunting them, which I knew was happening. But what I thought was even more interesting is instead of getting rid of the little blossoms that had already started, my goodness, I'm getting eaten alive. I sprayed myself with bug spray, but clearly I didn't get my face. All right, let's do this thing. Whew. All right, should be covered now. My husband and I are both very prone to getting eaten by bugs. And I always come out to the garden, and it doesn't matter if it's morning or evening, I will get eaten alive. And I did not spray my face, and now my head is itchy. I have scars all over my legs from all of the bug bites that I've gotten this year. So, gotta do what you gotta do. I always have bug spray, but I did not spray my face when I came out today. That is completely my fault. Anyways, so the garden this year has been really exciting. We had our tomatoes here that were extremely stunted because of how hot our weather was. And I kept having all these little tiny starts, and then they wouldn't grow because of how hot it was. And I decided, instead of picking all those off, I decided to keep them. And I'm very glad I did, because this whole bottom section of this tomato plant here actually has been thriving because of it. And it's been quite an encouragement to me, as you can imagine. So I've actually got quite a decent amount of little tomatoes off of this guy. This is a chocolate cherry tomato, and it's been quite an adventure watching these guys. Some of them have come in a little late, and some of them have not. As you can see, this one is still growing, but it's growing really slow, which I'm not surprised by with how hot it's been all of a sudden. Our weather has spiked tremendously, and that has just been a nightmare. But, so I discovered this really unusual thing, and I really wanted to share it while it was light enough out to do so. So I noticed this on my chocolate cherry tomato, and I thought it was so bizarre. I've never seen this before. So this looks like a brand new shoot off of the plant, right? And I went to go get rid of it, and it's attached to the tomatoes, like the actual tomatoes. Do you see that? How weird is that? I have never seen anything like that before. But it's growing, and I decided to leave it to see what it would do, and it's like producing a whole nother plant off of that. How weird is that? Has anyone ever seen that before? I just thought that was so fascinating, because I've never seen it do that. And it's obviously producing buds and stuff for for some more tomatoes. So very, very interesting. I've never seen anything like that, but I thought it was really cool looking. My Jubilee tomatoes have been amazing. It has been really encouraging to see how stinking cute these are. I actually have now officially picked 4 of them. And They've got quite a few coming in. During the prime heat, we got only a few that are coming from that time frame, but up here at the top, I'm excited because we've got quite the array of tomatoes coming. And it's been kind of fun to see their different sizes that have been coming in. These two have been about the same size for a while, but this one keeps growing. And I've got this one hiding all the way back here that's continuing to grow as well. Both of those. But it's been quite fascinating watching these guys grow. Very, very fascinating. So this has definitely been one of my favorites. The flavor of these tomatoes is absolutely incredible. I will be definitely growing those more throughout the next years coming. And then my Roma, it is a type of Roma tomato. My San Marzanos took a while to really start doing stuff, but they've been producing quite a bit at this point. I haven't got a lot to harvest just yet, but we're getting there. I just picked a couple last night. I don't know if it was a heat issue, but I don't have many that are coming in now with the blossom end rot. I have a few. I picked off a pretty nasty one yesterday that like half of the tomato was blossom end rot. This one doesn't look like it's struggling with it, but this one is. So it's been really bizarre to see these tomatoes coming in because none of my other tomatoes have been struggling with any kind of issues like that. And normally I would say it's got to be some kind of maybe a calcium deficiency of some sort, but no other tomatoes are coming out with any kind of deficiency. So I can only assume that it's got to be from probably a mix of the heat and not being able to consistently keep everything watered. So these guys have been quite fun. I really need to get these guys staked back up. As you can see, they are quite tall. And it's been really fun to watch these guys grow. So I definitely need to get some new stakes to put up on this one, but it's getting held, and right now it's just hanging out, leaning towards the sky. So I've kind of just embraced the fact that that's what it looks like. So it's been fun. And then this is another San Marzano, and it's been doing really well as well. It's finally been getting some fruit on it. So far, I've not gotten anything off of this plant as of yet. That's okay. We're getting there. But it's been very interesting to see these guys growing. So if you have any tips and tricks for San Marzanos, I am very much open for any suggestions because they've been quite an adventure, to say the least. And then I've got my lovely peppers here. We've got some fun surprises that we have no idea what's coming with these three here. And they've got a lot of peppers that are coming. And then my jalapeno has been quite interesting. So far, I have gotten multiple jalapenos off of it, and they taste like sweet peppers. No idea why. But I've got a few that are starting to fully ripen here. So I'm really hoping that they end up being hot because I have no idea. I had plans for them and nothing has happened from that. Been very, very bizarre. I don't know what may cause that. I have had quite an interesting time with it. So very bizarre. And then my Satan's Kiss peppers are what honestly I think is doing the most as of yet. It's been quite fun and it's been doing amazing. I've actually got a couple red ones, as you can see, that are coming. So I'm just waiting for a couple of them to get harvested at the same time. And my biggest encouragement of all, if you remember at the beginning of my gardening season, this jalapeno plant I thought for sure was a goner. We had a lot of winds and it got destroyed. And I decided to keep it in the ground, what little tiny piece was left in there, and it has grown back. And at this point, it actually has some peppers coming on it, which is very encouraging to me. It's small, it's kind of hokey. It's really late in the season, but that's okay. So we're going to have some fun with that. No idea what to expect. I don't even know if those ones are going to be hot, but I really wanted to give them their best shot, and obviously they're doing something. So that is my little garden update today, tonight. I trust that you guys have had a wonderful day, and I pray that you are bountifully blessed. Until next time.